Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who Invited Her. We're San Diego's LGBTQ pop culture podcast. I am your host, Tony. I'm here with my other host,
Daddy Bear Eric.
Yes, and our pretty much other host.
Yes.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah, Brynne Mac is back
Hey,
this
what's up?
week.
Hey.
Actually, we should just say it now. So this
Yeah.
is our final episode for season 5. We're going to be on break until October 1st, but come season 6, Brynne is actually joining the show permanently.
What?
As our third
This
host.
is the first time I'm hearing this.
You
No,
lied.
I'm
We
lying.
talked
Yeah, no, we talked about it. We're professionals.
Yeah, she will be
Yay, thanks,
the
guys.
girl on the team. Her female energy.
Yay.
For season 6.
Besides your female energy.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. And we have somebody else here today
We do. We have
who
a
hasn't
special-
been on in a very,
special
very
guest.
long time. Producer Rob's back.
Yay.
Hey everybody, I'm here too.
Now the mic is real loud.
That was so loud.
Again. That is loud.
I know. So
Well-
producer Rob's back. He's going to be hanging out for our final show for season 5. I thought it was appropriate. We keep it all in the family for our
Yeah.
finale show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rob, you
Yes.
haven't been on in over a year.
I have not. So I don't know if I am officially still producer Rob anymore, but
I know. No, you haven't
You'll always
produced
be
the show.
producer Rob in our hearts.
that's
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's really funny is you and Brynne have only met in person once, and that was at our friend Lena's wedding. For all of you who watch Film Spring, our other host on Film Springa, Lena. And through the whole production of Film Springa, we never did it in person.
Not once.
Wow.
And this is the first time you two have been in person meeting.
in years, which is weird because this is now like what we've done 3 podcasts,
Three
together,
podcasts
technically,
together.
even though one of them is never released yet.
Yeah.
But and this is really the only time we've met since the wedding years ago.
And even when we met at the wedding, we didn't have the connection that we do
No.
now, because at the wedding it was more like tertiary. Like we were like, oh, we're
Yeah.
both friends of Lena.
Yeah.
And then we became like actually in each other's lives at a point where we could not physically.
I
be
just
in
find
each
it
other's
funny
lives.
because we did a whole season of Film
season.
Spring a year.
Wow.
And it was every week. And we never saw Brynne in person, even though we were in the same city.
It feels
Right.
like we go way back,
I
and
know,
we
it
know each other
does.
really well.
Yeah. Well,
But it's kind of true. We do, because we wrote the other podcast, which we found out today that we're going to start
Rob's
it back
face.
up. Rob gave the green
Rob's
light.
face right
So, because it
Yeah.
had been on hold. Because wait till this podcast comes out, because it's been an
So
an
much.
experience. This new project we're working on, and Brynne was part of it. She was one of the writers on the show, the new show.
and it was so intense. We
Yes.
had meetings and, like FaceTimes, and
Mm-hmm.
that felt like such a bonding experience. That
Yeah.
felt like a whole lifetime.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, we never really met.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was funny. So this other project that Robbie and I first originally started over 2 years ago now, when we came up with the idea. Brynne was one of the writers. It's a drama, pretty much like a scripted drama that we're working on with other actors and stuff like that. But we took a break from it because Rob moved and some other stuff happened. But now it's just some stuff came to light about the script and what's happening with that particular project. And so we put it on hold because it's really Rob's story.
Yeah.
And so Rob has control on when we do it, how we do it, and how it's going to be told.
God, I feel so
Hey,
top.
yeah.
But it's true. This is what's really weird about it is it didn't start out as your story, but come these last few months, it really is your personal family type of story.
Yeah, now we really have to put the podcast out
Yeah.
because
So
we're
we were
talking
talking
about
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rob gave us the green light. He said we're
Yeah.
going to start it up after this
Yeah.
investigative reporting Rob's going to be doing for
God.
the show.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that you take videos and stuff, because that can be extras.
Yeah.
We can put it on our Patreon.
Patreon that we've been talking about for since season
Years.
2.
84 years.
Someday.
So, Rob, you've been gone for over a year. Let everybody know where you've been.
Well, I've been living in Michigan.
Yeah. So you went back to home.
I did.
You went home.
Yes.
Yes.
So I grew up there. And I've lived in San Diego for 20 years. But after we split,
we split.
mutually split.
Yeah.
Um,
But we've actually still talked pretty much every week.
yeah, we do.
This
Um,
is the cleanest,
It's the
healthiest
yes,
breakup
It's
I've
a very
ever seen.
healthy
Yeah, I mean,
breakup.
Rob's
So-
borrowing my car while I'm in Croatia. So.
Well, you're not using it.
I know. So I was like, yeah, sure, you can have my
I
car.
think it's so sweet.
So, and then I come back to San Diego every once in a while, and
Yeah.
so I just happen to be here for like about 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, this time around.
while you're gone, so it works out. So I went back to Michigan because I wanted to buy a home. I couldn't do it in California, or at least not here.
Yeah.
So I basically, in a nutshell, just bought a house that my sister was living in, so that she didn't have to move out because her landlord was selling it to make money during the market.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, so I bought her a house. It's from podcasting. That's where the money
Yeah,
Oh,
this is where
yeah.
all the money.
So much
Yes,
money.
So much,
Yeah.
so much money.
All the houses I bought from it.
It's all those hymns commercials we've
All
been
those
doing.
hymns. I haven't played one in a while. Shit, I gotta get on that.
So now I moved back to Michigan basically to live near my family because I've been here for 20 years. So it is really good to go back and where I grew up because
Yeah.
I'm like remembering kind of, my younger years, my childhood places. I'm remembering.
I would hate that.
I know, but
It's my nightmare.
and like my nieces and nephews are growing up, and so they said,
Yeah.
you haven't been here most of our lives, and I'm like, and then also I went back and I've been hanging out with my old like BFFs, my one of my really good straight friends, and we've been hanging out, and he's going through a divorce.
I'm not laughing at the divorce. I'm laughing the qualification of straight friend.
Well, I bring that up because like it's kind of like we're going through similar experiences, but slightly differently.
Right.
And the one thing is that that's interesting is going back, like I'm realizing like when you're gone for so long, the people that you're not living near, like they don't have anybody to share those times with. So when
Yeah.
I went back, he's like, remember when we did this and remember when we did that, because I haven't been around to talk about these things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So there was like a part of his life where he's like, now I can finally share it again. So it's just been a while.
So because I know this, you hadn't seen the family in so long. How was it going back and like just being around the family and reconnecting with your sister, your mom, your dad, all of that?
Yeah.
Because I knew it was hadn't seen them and spent as much time with them.
Right. Well, it's actually been really good to do that
Yeah.
because, going back and getting to know them on a more personal level, I guess,
Yeah.
and then we all live together, is a lot different than going back and visiting for Christmas.
What do you miss
know?
about San Diego? Is there anything you missed about San Diego?
Well, there's so much more to do here. Okay. So going back, my family and I are politically different. So we
not
don't
all of your family.
not
That's
all of my
clear.
family,
Yeah.
but we've had a lot of discussions. We don't fight
That's good.
anymore. We did in the past. It's part of the reason why I'm not on social media, because I don't want to see everything.
Yeah.
But it's been going really well. Like it's good to like see them on a regular basis and reconnect, I guess. But I mean I do miss the
Mexican
West
food?
Coast mentality.
Yeah.
I miss more of the social freedoms. There's more to do. Things are open.
Yeah, there's
Is there-
definitely
okay.
more to do.
Is
Yeah.
there
Tacos.
name one like specific thing about
People.
San Diego, whether it's food, hanging out, places you miss?
All of
That-
the above.
All
Yeah.
That's true because it
Like
is
how?
Michigan.
Okay, let's be real. How often is your grinder going off?
That's
Okay.
my next. I was gonna be like, so Rob, how is dating
Grindr,
life?
yeah.
Where in Michigan are you now?
I'm
I know where, but
I'm outside of Flint.
Yeah.
I'm not in Flint,
Don't
but
drink
it's
the
in
water.
the Flint area. So it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's not in the country, but yet I can hear cows from my bedroom window.
That's the country.
Wow.
Don't say
Country.
that. Don't say it's not the country, but you go
Do
to
you have a
sleep
gay
with cow
bar there?
In the
The
town,
diva.
no. Although I do have to say that it's about an hour drive, but going down to Detroit, they have changed a lot since I've been there because I moved since the '90s when I came out. They've got the Ferndale area. I'm really impressed that it's kind of turning into like a little Hillcrest, and I'm kind of
That's nice.
happy to see that they've got rainbow sidewalks, they've got bars, they've got like all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
You should open a gay bar where you're at.
Rob, do it.
Oh God, I don't have that. I don't.
You could do it. Like,
Get investors.
Get investors.
Okay.
Yeah, you could get Madonna.
You could do.
She's
Oh my God,
from
Madonna
Detroit.
would do
Yeah.
it.
She puts tons of money. She
she
actually
would totally
invests
do it.
in
Get her-
Detroit.
Can you open a
Yeah.
Who Invited Her bar?
Oh yeah. As long as
Oh, my
everybody out there,
gosh.
as long as everybody comes to see it, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
That
Oh my
would
God.
be-
Hit Madonna up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And just say like, "Hey, help us out in Michigan."
Yeah.
Madonna.
Come on, Donna. I know you're
cool.
listening.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Everybody listens. Are you kidding?
Rob, what do you miss about doing the show?
Aw.
Is there anything you miss about doing the show?
Well, I do miss the creativity. Like I did get into the theater a little bit while I was there in the local theater, but I haven't really like dove into it like I did here.
Yeah.
So I do like the creative outlet. I miss that part
Aspect of it,
of
of doing the
podcasting
shop,
in
yeah.
theater.
What
'Cause
are
I
the
know-
shows that they do there? Annie, Get Your Gun. The Music Man. It's just those two
Yeah.
shows on rotation.
That's it.
Oklahoma.
No, I
Grease
think
when they feel it when it's
Grease.
summer.
well, the local theater did just do Spam a lot, so
Oh,
they-
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Rob.
And then like
We're
I've
being
met
assholes.
friends
I know,
through
we're
theater.
being-
We have game night because they get really into board gaming, so they go to a lot of board gaming conventions.
What is
Wait.
that?
What is a board gaming
Whoa.
convention? That was
Explain, please.
very hostile. What is that?
Explain it to me, please.
Rob's like, I feel very attacked.
Sorry.
Well, in the board gaming community, they do have conventions around the country where you go there, you have tables set up, they board game, they teach each other board games. I had no idea. I'm learning this. And so then we're like playing games where
Nerd.
they're like, they're like, so I'm learning about that. And to get back to your question about Grindr.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Bring it
yeah.
back, Rob. Bring it back.
Bringing it back. I no longer have to hold up signs.
I
Back
know,
in the background.
remember? Back in the day.
Yes. So, okay. So since Tony and I have split, I haven't really made it a focus to hook up or to go on dates and meet people. I have gone on dates, but I'm not on Grindr a lot. I'm not on Scruff a lot. I just haven't been. Not that I wouldn't. I'm totally open to dating. I'm totally open to anything. It's just I haven't made a point to do it. But when you turn on Grindr, there's only so many people around.
It's like the same
Yeah.
five guys.
Like it's them again, and then click off.
This
But
dude.
What
Yeah.
happened to you? Did you go on that second date? That I had to help you text the guy back? Remember when you were at Betty's last
Yeah.
time you were here because you were like gonna let him down very harsh. And I was like,
gosh.
Rob, you can't
we going
do
here?
that.
Why?
Yeah.
And so
Let's
yeah, it
get
was like this
into
is what
it.
you need to text him back. Did you ever go
well,
on the second
I
date?
just think like maybe that wasn't the right path, but I feel like it is somebody that I met that I really connected with and I have a good friendship
Yeah.
with, and I would like to when I go back hang out more. But
suck his dick.
yeah, maybe we didn't maybe we didn't have that connection. But
Oh, so you're like, hey, let's just be friends. Is that what?
Did you friend
Yeah.
zone him?
I would friend zone. Is that bad?
No.
No, Rob, you do you.
No.
I do me all the
I
time.
know you do you all the time.
But I think that's really nice that, you can use the history that you have about each other to be able to help each other and guide each other. And I know that probably feels weird at
That's true.
moments, right? Do you guys feel weird
It
about
was
that?
no, I don't think not so much now, would you say?
No, it doesn't.
And I'm in a dry spell. I'm not looking to date right now. As you know, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Eric's the only locked down one.
I
right
know
now.
he's
I
locked
know.
down.
I know. Happily in love.
for now. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Till the honeymoon's over and you start clawing each other's throats out.
That's how you know it's real love.
Exactly. That's when it
We've
becomes
traveled
real.
together. We're
Yep.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
true.
ultimate test.
That is the
That's going to
ultimate
be our
test.
test of our friendship.
Did
This
you-
trip coming up, dude.
Did you
We'll be
do you
fine.
guys poop now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah,
poop
yeah.
with the door open?
Wait,
Absolutely
you
not.
didn't poop before?
No, I'm just
No.
saying like in the beginning of a relationship.
Yeah.
I did not poop for 6 months.
No, you
during my
hold
marriage.
it
No,
until you
hold
go
it in.
home.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Rob and I did it on the first date.
You pooped?
This is
Wait, you're my
probably TMI.
No,
No,
I
I
love
do
it.
remember the first time
goes.
Tony and I farted near each other. Tony texted Manny to let him know.
Yeah, I did. Because I tell my brother everything.
No, I thought it was just that Manny would smell it and say
Probably. He's like, that's not yours. No,
he could smell it
Yeah,
across the
across
state, across the country.
scent memory
Wow.
from the womb.
Yeah.
Well, Rob.
Hey.
Well, Rob, it's great to have you back.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to get into you, Eric, because yesterday,
Yes.
you and Mr. Cesar
Yeah.
went to. I love saying his name like that. I want to do it like this every time. Where is my Mexican music? And I have Mexican music because I'm Mexican. Cesar!
You did that really well.
You guys went to Knott's Berry Farm.
We did, yes. So
For everybody not in California, Knott's Berry Farm is like the red-headed,
Yes.
juvenile, delinquent version of Disneyland.
Yep.
yes,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah.
How I haven't been to Knott's in forever.
Yeah.
We should go to Not Scary Farm.
I was the last
know.
time I went. Was
Yeah,
Knott's
yeah, yeah.
Scary Farm.
I hate that.
How was it?
It was really, really, really fun. So, so for people who don't know, Knott's is also their thing is Snoopy. So
Snoopy.
they have the Peanuts gang
Yeah.
and all of that. And Caesar loves Snoopy, like huge fan. And so he was so excited to like take photos with all the characters and get to meet them. And
So sweet.
yeah, we were waiting around with all the like 5-year-olds to.
Take pictures. I know I saw him on the
This is
Insta.
my Carol this week.
Save it for the end. We're gonna get
Save
to
it for
Carol,
the
you
end.
guys.
Yeah, and we had a lot of fun. He has not been to a theme park since he was like 5 or 6.
What?
Yeah.
Really, Caesar?
Yeah.
He's like, no.
You're a liar.
liar.
It was for dramatic effect for
Yeah,
the
it
show.
Artistic license.
How was it? Do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts of Knott's Berry Farm.
I mean, it was incredibly hot, and there's not as much air conditioning there as there is at Disneyland, for sure.
Oh,
Like,
that's true.
there's more indoor air conditioning and like the lines and things, so it was hot. Not that crowded though.
Did you?
Really?
What was the favorite ride? Because I don't even remember the rides now.
So he was very nervous to go on like the upside down roller coasters. That was the rule. And which is really like ironically weird because I'm terrified of heights. I cannot stand them, but I still love going on them.
Same. Same.
I will do it.
I love the scary shit.
Yeah. So the most fun ride that we did, I would have to say, there was one where you're like sitting and riding horses. It was like the Stagecoach roller coaster.
Really?
Yeah, and just because like
Has
you're-
that always been there? I don't remember.
I think it's
that.
kind of new. It looks newer.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And so you're like literally like it looks like you're having sex with a horse, which is just creepy. and
Eric's like, I'm
Oh,
home.
man.
and like watching all these Midwesterners like get on and just it's hilarious. Like
Sherry,
really.
let me get a
Yes.
picture of you on the horse.
It's like back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Rob, you should. Yeah.
What, barebacking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob, we weren't even talking about that.
That's all I
This
meant.
We're
I
talking
meant about
about
the cows.
horses.
Yeah, that is horse.
Cows.
That is horses.
I
Is
meant
it?
because you come from a
Yes.
farm.
Wait, Rob, you live on a farm now?
No, I don't live
Yeah,
on
he
a
sleeps
farm.
with cows.
No.
He hears him in through his bedroom window.
Yeah. The one thing that really creeped me out that is very different than Disneyland
Yeah.
is like in the ghost western town, they have all these like planted actors who go to like the other houses and interact with other actors, and so like the mayor starts a fight with the police officer and
How
then
do I
they-
get that gig?
and they try
How
to
do I
get
get
you
that gig?
involved and I'm like nope nope, don't talk to
No,
me.
yeah.
I'm not doing. I'm
You're
not
like,
a part of this.
I don't
Even
do
fake
participation.
police are not.
I am not the
Nope.
show. Do not talk to
Nope.
me. Nope.
Unless she's in Hillcrest, then
Got
she's
my
a
fact
show.
card.
Right, maybe there. Then I'll get on stage.
Okay, how would you rate Knott's Berry Farm now?
You know, I would say it's like a 6 or 7. It was good. It was fun. The food was actually better than I thought it was going to be and less expensive than I thought it would be. I'm so like traumatized by
Jaded.
Disneyland
I
prices.
didn't ask you a review on Miriam's new show at Moe's. I'm asking you. I'm so
Dang. Where's the cha-cha?
Wow.
Where's the shade
Which is
button?
also a
Shade.
country show too.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of that bitch, she's gonna be making her appearance on season 6. Yeah, This is the thing with Miriam. We get whenever I see her out. Last time was with Robbie. When Rob was here last time, we all got drunk
That's
together.
a mess. I have to say, I am so sorry. Whoever was there that night at Moe's,
Let's glam.
I don't know what I was like.
I know.
Blacked
Miriam
out,
hung
drunk,
out with
basically.
us, and
Don't
we
apologize.
were
You
we
just
were
say-
drinking.
Yeah.
No, you say.
But
yes.
this is the thing with Miriam. We always make plans to have her on the show when we're drunk. And then when it comes to the time, like this last time she was supposed to be on the 5th, but we had COVID, so we had to cancel it. So she will be back for season 6, making her appearances. Yeah.
And I think we really need to get the sexy sloth on. Next
I know.
season.
We've been teasing
Oh my
that
gosh.
since season 2.
Evelyn Rose.
I was
Yeah.
telling
Evelyn
someone-
Rose.
The final episode of season 1, where the sexy sloth knocked at the door.
And she left.
She's
was
still
like,
standing there.
with our Uber Eats. Still waiting to deliver.
She's got a little tent out there.
I know.
Just
She's
sleeps
like,
there at night.
built her own complex in the hallway.
Someone should check on her.
She's still there. Okay, so Eric did Knott's Berry Farm, but
Yes.
Ms. Brynne Mac, you were in Hawaii for how
I
long
was
were you in Hawaii
for a week?
Yeah, you and
Saturday
Flynn?
to Saturday. Me
Your
and my daughter, my best friend and her husband and kids. Yeah.
And you stayed at the.
We stayed for the first couple days at an Airbnb on Oahu next to a beach, and then we stayed at Disney's Aulani.
How was
God,
this your
are we
first
gonna
time in
get
Hawaii?
sued? Okay, so it was not my first time in Hawaii, but
Okay.
I feel like it was actually my first time in Hawaii because the first time I went for a friend's wedding, and I was in my terrible marriage at probably the worst part of my awful marriage, and my daughter was like 1.5. And so it was the first time that I had left her, and I was like very stressed out. And again, my marriage was terrible, and I was
Yeah.
there with my terrible husband. And I don't really I've blocked it all out. So this was the first
Trauma.
time that I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, like I'm on a vacation. We're in Hawaii. This is rad. And we did things.
Yeah.
When we were at the Airbnb, we did like a couple of really cool things. We went to the Dole Factory.
Oh,
Which
I've
is
done
so
that.
cool. Yeah. We
Yeah.
have the Dole Whip, which is
yeah.
so good. We went to in Kualua Valley. There's the Kualua Ranch, and it's where they've shot like a ton of movies. So it's like so many acres, and they shot Jurassic World there.
Oh wow.
And they shot like a small part of the original Jurassic Park, and they like Finding Ohana and like every movie that you see where they're in Hawaii, they're at Kualua, the Kong Skull Island. So
okay,
Wow.
okay.
so we did this tour of it, and it was so beautiful. And our tour guide was this like wonderful, beautiful Hawaiian woman who was like, and the whole time you were there, they were like, well, yeah. I was like, hey, what's up?
You're like, hey,
Um,
doing anything later?
And she was like so sweet to the kids, and especially like my daughter and my best friend's daughter. She's like, "Come up here, little Kikis, let me show you." And she was like so sweet, and they told us like some
Aw.
local stuff, and that was very cool. And then we moved to Disney's Aulani.
Okay, how was that? Because
So my best friend and I were talking about, we're like, what would we give this hotel? And we were like, a 2.
Wow.
and it's a Disney resort.
So the thing is, like, they do a really good job of integrating the local culture,
okay.
which is good, but it's not Disney at all.
They
Like,
don't have anything.
They have like characters walking around, but there's always like this insane line. It's like they have some slides. It is nice because they have a
They
protected...
have a slideshow.
No, slide.
Oh.
Like you sit and you do a slide.
I was like,
Mickey shows you pictures of him and Minnie's vacation to Grand Canyon.
Oh,
no,
I
like
actually enjoy that. No, I'm kidding. I'm so
and they
super
have
high
like, a
and watch
lazy
your
river. Like, I get it, but the thing is, like, it's just it's there's so many families. Everything is insanely expensive. The only thing that they have is like merch for you to buy. So of course, all the kids want to buy the merch and like
all the shit.
And I liked it a lot better. And there are, pros and cons to each part of it. I liked it better when we were at the Airbnb. We were seeing local things. We were doing it.
Yeah.
It is nice when you have kids to be able to be like, we're at this hotel and this is what we're doing. And the kids are excited. They had a little beach house. So the kids loved it. But I was like, I would have just been better staying at the Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's like, if we're going to do that, like,
what parts made you give it a 2?
Yeah.
Well, it was like
That's
the hotel.
pretty harsh.
I know the hotel wasn't that great. Everything was insanely expensive.
Yeah.
The food wasn't that good. God, I don't know. I got shit for this.
Disney. They're gonna come for
It's
you. They're gonna be like Brynne Max, that
Listen,
comedian.
It was so great.
If we
I
can
love
get
it.
through Beyonce and talk crap
That's
about
true.
that, you can talk about Disney.
Yeah, that's true. And then like the staff were really friendly and stuff, but it was just.
Would you go back?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it again. Flynn liked it because of she got swept up in all of it. And I will tell you that it's so expensive and people save for such a long time, and it's so full of families that everyone is just at an 11
all the time.
all the time. Like,
They're
we had a
like, we
little kid.
invested our last year's savings in this,
Yeah.
and we are gonna have a 5-star.
You're gonna
experience.
enjoy
Exactly.
it
And
now.
most of the parents are semi-drunk and like.
as they should be.
And they're just like sending their kids off, which is fun. But like, I will tell you that I had a couple experiences with little kids. I'm like standing in line with my daughter and her best friend for the slide, and this little girl's next to me, and my daughter and her friend are like there, and I'm a little bit back, and the little girl behind me is like, "This slide's not even that scary." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "How old are you?" I'm like, 37. How old are you? She's like, 7. I'm like, cool.
Wow.
She's like, cool. And then she kept talking to me.
you.
It was just so funny. She's like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, and then there was like another little girl in the pool. She came up to me. She's like, "Hey, I like your bathing suit." And I'm like, "Hey,
Whoa.
where are your parents?"
Yeah.
Brynne's in a thong,
Yeah.
bathing suit. She's
Like
like,
in a
"Hey, I really
full
like your bathing suit."
Head to toe Target.
These little kids just need like
They
adult
just
interaction.
need an adult.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just need adult interaction. And
They're
they
like,
don't
"I
look
haven't
at
seen
it."
my parents in 5 days."
Yes, exactly. And they're like, "How do you get a woman to talk to you? Tell her you like her bathing suit."
Yeah.
Not
Wait, it was a
Hasbro.
little boy who said you liked it?
No, it was a
No.
little boy. But there was like another little boy that was like, but everyone's so like anxious. Like at 10, my best friend came up and I'm in line with her and her daughter, and she comes up next to me. This little boy's like, "Hey, I was in line here," and she's like, "I'm an adult woman. Like, I'm not gonna cut in front of you, little kid." But everyone is just they're at a 10. I saw a bunch of fights between families.
Oh, that's
and
highly
like,
entertaining.
the parents are kind of drunk, and like it's just like
I
people.
would love that.
People are spending their
life savings.
I wouldn't say, yeah, but like they save up to go here. So
Yeah.
and it's not like
Rob's face looks mortified right now for everybody watching on YouTube. Rob is listening like this.
Oh my God.
Mortified. Does that sound like a vacation to you, Rob?
It totally does. Like stuck in just Maintown, USA
Yes.
of Disneyland and not being able to leave.
that's what it is. But
Yeah.
we were in Hawaii, and
Yeah.
there were nice
Yeah.
things. Like they had a little protected beach, which was nice for my daughter because I told you guys offline she got stung by a jellyfish. So when we went
Flynn.
to Aulani, there was a protected beach, so she was like fine going in the water, and she was
Yeah.
cool, and there were pools.
She was
and
a
stuff.
trooper.
She was a trooper after she did her little Camille bit on the couch, shrouded in her white bathrobe.
Like daughter, like mother.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And then I texted my mom, and
Yeah.
my daughter Flynn wanted to call my mom, and my mom's like, "I also got stung by a jellyfish," and she's like, "You're gonna be able to tell people for the rest of their lives. Most people never have that experience." And I was like, "Oh yeah, this runs."
Oh my God, the Macs are all
This
the
runs
same.
in the family. Yes.
You're also dramatic.
Flynn's like, "Yep." And I was
Yep.
like, yeah.
She
So
needs a ribbon.
She
Yeah.
needs a ribbon. Yeah.
So I don't know. I would say I don't know, if you have a bunch of kids and stuff and you're trying to contain them, that's nice. But I think for a vacation, you're trying to go, especially in Hawaii, you're trying to like infuse the local
culture
and like the buying like none of the stuff at Disney is getting infused back into the local economy, right?
No.
They're not buying local. They're not, you know.
Even the whole history of Hawaii is really fucked up.
Really fucked up.
Really fucked up.
So, you know, it is like when you're staying in, like, you can go to local restaurants and you can like give the money back because like tourists are fucking up all of Hawaii. So, but the kids loved it. I mean, like, you know, Flynn will probably be talking about this for the rest of her life. So
no, until the next big trip.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she's going to Tahiti next week. So
is she really?
Jeez.
Wait a minute.
This is a
You're
story.
not going?
Her dad's taking her.
Oh.
I said I was taking her to Hawaii, and
he
I
had
sent
to
the thing.
up you.
2 weeks later, he's like, "The next week we're going to Tahiti," and I'm like,
wow,
that is some shit.
"That
you
makes
know what?
sense."
Although, yay for Flynn.
I know.
And
Flynn's
I
making
was
out
like,
like a
"Your
bad
life."
dude.
Yeah.
I was like, "You've traveled more in your 7 years than I did in 30 years of my life."
She's like, yes, mother, I know.
is
First
like, yes.
class,
Yeah.
caviar,
I would just
champagne
make
for
up
me.
trips that mom's taking me just so he
Jeez.
tries to outdo it.
I'd be like, "We're going to Aspen."
Yeah.
Is there spare room with like a poster of Aspen?
She's like, "Hey."
She's 7.
She's-
she
she
has
has-
life figured out.
Fake potato
Photoshopping.
flakes flowing in.
Mom bought me
The
this
smell.
Cartier watch. What are you gonna do then? Yeah. No, wait. She's stoked.
It's a what is it? A Casio. She gotta have a gumball machine.
So yeah, I mean, I would say like Hawaii was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was nice. I haven't had a trip probably since I started working again in 3 years where I like turned my email off. I put my out of office
you were
thing
gone.
on.
You weren't even posting that much on
know.
social.
I didn't even post on
Yeah.
social.
Yeah.
I told Flynn that I would do like a full just be in the moment, and I did it. That felt
for
good.
Yeah.
You know, being
Yeah.
with 4 kids is not restful.
So that's insane.
Yeah. But no, it was good.
Nice.
Good.
I did
You
it. I
guys, you
survived.
know what? It's time for a fucking break because
Like,
it's getting
I'm so
hot.
I'm sweating.
When we come back, we're gonna recap our season 5, and we have a fun game for all of you
Yay.
to play. You guys, we will be right back.
Yay.
If you're watching the show on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give these idiots a like. You can follow the show on Instagram at whoinvitedher_podcast and on Twitter and Facebook at whoinvitedhersd. Visit the show's website at whoinvitedher.net for merchandise and other crap. Now sit back and enjoy the rest of this dumpster fire.
Hey, everybody. We're back from break, y'all. We have refilled drinks. It's hot in
It is
San Diego this
hot.
week. It's like in the mid 80s, humid. What, Robbie?
It is not humid.
Oh, I know.
It's so
How is it in
humid.
Michigan? Is it really bad?
Well, right now it kind of cooled off a little bit, but it's been hot and humid. Like,
I have a burning question. Do you smell cow shit from the
No.
cows near your window?
no, I don't.
Okay, good.
Do not. We usually
What about when
like
it's burning? His burning
know.
question.
no. Sometimes I don't know if the cows are having birth or they're getting eaten by coyotes. I don't really know. But sometimes they're like so loud. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Did you
Do
want
you-
to say having birth?
Birth.
Maybe
I
they're
don't
like
know.
cats and having sex.
Maybe.
Yes. you know if
Yeah.
they're having
Maybe
sex
they
or
do when they're
fighting.
having sex. They're really loud. I don't know. I'm not
This reminds me of the time we had my birthday, me and my brother Manny, at El Camino, a restaurant here in San Diego. This is when me and Rob were probably dating for maybe not even a year yet. We had our birthday, and it was a bunch of us all at this table, right? Everybody's laughing. This motherfucker right here.
Oh God.
The attention somehow turned to Rob really quick. Rob panicked and he blurted out, "Did you know when pigs get electrocuted, they pee themselves?" The table went dead silent, and
Right.
everybody looked at Rob like,
And I'm like,
"What the fuck?"
So I had to explain. Well, no, it's to protect the meat. You got to make sure they don't. So you got to do
This
it
is
fast.
exactly
And
what
then
he was-
everybody was just staring at me and like, "Is it? Never mind." It's almost like, okay, when I'm back, I was back. My niece was trying to tell me she learned in school. She learned in school how hot dogs were made. So she was trying to tell me, to shock me, how hot dogs were made. I'm like, do you know how hot dogs are made? And I turned on YouTube and I showed her how they.
To Sophia?
Yes.
Sophia
No.
is a child.
She
Why would you
started
do
crying
that
and
to her?
she can't get it out of her head. And I'm like, well, that's how
Rob.
I'm.
Why would you do that?
That's how they're made.
They're
You
they're
also
like,
just
this is
sounded
why he
so-
hasn't been here for 20 years.
You just sounded like Kathy. Do you want to know how hot
dogs
dogs
are
are made? I'll show ya.
You know, my friend Susan said now that I've come back from
You
Michigan,
do.
You do.
I've picked
Your
up more of
accent.
the
Yep.
original accent
Yep.
that I
Do you
worked
wanna
so
know?
hard
To
on
get rid of.
to get rid
I'll
of.
tell ya.
Jesus. I'll tell
Yeah.
I'll tell you how hot dogs are made.
Oop. Oop. I started saying that again. Yeah.
No, you
Oop.
didn't.
Oop.
Hi, say bag.
Bag.
Big.
Bag.
Big.
Bag.
Bobby Grandma big.
Put the bags in the car.
You know, you
The
think,
big
Rob,
cigar.
your sister, her accent.
Yeah, hers is more than mine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She
It's a
never
lot.
left.
You know.
Well, okay, well, let's talk about something else, but I do want to know why you know about pigs.
Oh, I
putting themselves
don't-
in the
No,
get
just from, like,
electrocuted.
Reading
YouTube.
it and what documentary.
Well,
I don't
mean,
know.
I think anything when it fears it's going to die.
But
shits
it pee,
itself.
but their dicks inside their body, so they pee inside themselves. He said, or something like that.
Yeah.
You said
So,
this at a
but
dinner
like
table?
they're very much
At,
like
at a dinner table at a party when everything was going okay, and it was me and Manny's birthday. This
It
one
was a
just
birthday.
brought it to a stop.
okay. Don't yeah.
I-
Don't bring it up at a birthday party.
Don't bring
Listen,
Rob
it-
to a
okay.
birthday party.
Send us what is the Instagram at who invited her?
Here,
Are
underscore
pigs'
hot
dicks
dog.
inside
God.
their bodies?
Yeah,
Explain.
let us know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Just
speaking
Google it.
of
No,
pigs
I wanna
peeing
know.
themselves, let's recap
I
season
wanna know
5.
from you guys. Speaking of pigs pissing with dicks inside
Great
their bodies.
transition
this
there.
will be the last time you give me a mic.
I know. Never again. It's a swan song. So yeah, no, we're ending season 5.
I
We're gonna
know.
take a break, you guys, because Eric and I are going to Croatia.
We
So
are.
exciting.
I'm
Whoop, whoop.
excited.
I know.
I need a vacation so bad.
Me too.
But we will be back October 1st. And we have like already some really good guests lined up for season 6,
Yeah.
which I'm excited for. But it was a really fun season.
Yeah.
It was a lot of change this season.
Lot
we
of
lost
change.
we lost Robbie. He moved
Yeah,
away.
I did.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Bash moved to DC.
We
Even
lost
though we still
Bash.
talk to Bash all the time. He was
Yeah.
just
Oh, yeah.
literally in New York this week and visiting my brother. So
Yeah. Last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got shot at, apparently. In the face, facial at the Eagle.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
where you'll
that-
find
all
him.
right.
All right.
That makes more sense.
Oh, Rob! Wow. I love Eric busted up. But no, it's been a year. And then
Yeah.
Eric stepped up and is now my other host.
Yeah.
And then Brynne came on board, and the show's evolved insanely this season.
Yeah.
I feel, okay, my thoughts, since this was my baby from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thoughts for season 5, we really went from junior high to college. It
Yeah.
felt like the
Aw.
maturity of the show.
Yeah.
And we brought in a lot of really diverse guests for season 5. I felt not just local San Diegan talent, but just really interesting people with really interesting stories. Eric and I really leaned into more of an emotional
Yeah.
side of the show with a little more heavier topics
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
A lot more about our own mental health and
Yes.
just what's been going
Yep.
on with us personally that we didn't really share in the other seasons. But we had like a lot of really cool guests this season, especially here in San Diego. Like Grotesca,
Yeah.
one of our favorites. Nina Bao was this season 2. She came back, this local queen of burlesque in San Diego,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Stunning.
Strawberry Corn Cakes, aka Courtney.
Yes.
She was on the season. Miriam T came back. Adonis Illusion, Amber St. James. One of my favorites, Disco Dolly, was
Yes.
on this season. Like, we had just really good local people and not so local people, too.
Yeah.
Danny and Kaylee from Coming Out Happy, remember that episode?
So good.
yeah.
Yeah.
They came on, talked about mental health and all of that.
Yeah.
It was good. I think one of our not darkest, but serious episode, Kylie G, Born Positive.
Yeah.
That was an intense interview. You know
Yeah,
that?
that was a whole different style of show we've never really done before. And it was great. It was a good
And
experience.
she was, her story, sad, not really sad, but more inspirational.
Yeah. And hopeful. Yeah.
Yeah. Spencer Day came back with his new
Yes.
album this season. It was
Yes.
great. Mason Lee, that was another one.
Yes.
Who started off as My Thirst Trap. And then he did. I think I love I still follow him and Ashley. I was obsessed with him. And then I reached out to him out of the blue. And he was like, yeah, I'll come on the show.
Yeah.
One of the best interviews we had. He was so cool.
Yeah, he was great.
Talking about his transition and all of that. She Entertainment, the girls from She Entertainment.
So much fun. They were so cool.
Kyle Langen, the guy that wrote
Confessions of a Callboy.
yeah,
Yes.
he was on this season. We just had a lot of really good people. That's not even the whole list. I pared it down. What were some of your favorite? Because you were like here from the
all of
beginning.
them. Yeah, I think getting to meet Amber St. James, like you see a drag queen's personality, but you don't really know what the real personality is. And I was just so inspired by how much, like, she's so involved in activism and with the college, and I just
With queer youth.
Yeah.
That's what was very I had met Amber St. James like through the life scene, but getting to have an interview with her and seeing, wow, she is extremely smart.
so smart and
Her
upbeat
activism
and
and-
positive
yeah.
about it. Like, she's so hopeful, but she like was very honest that like things need to change, things need to be different, but like we're doing it.
Yeah, it was
So
great.
It was
having her on
really
the show.
cool. It was,
and one of my personal favorites was Disco Dolly, because last time I interviewed Disco was with her and Glitz Glam, and Glitz, had so many stories, so it was great getting Disco.
Yeah.
Here in the studio and like just getting Disco a little tipsy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do hope, because we were gonna have Disco for our Pride episodes, but unfortunately Eric and I got COVID. So I'm hoping Disco comes back for when we do our Red Dress, San Diego's Red Dress, the fashion review show that we're gonna do.
That'll be great.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
for everybody, Red Dress is happening this year, October 1st. Get your tickets.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
This year's
VIP
gonna be a
is
little
75% sold out.
yes,
Is what they said.
75%
Oh,
for
wow.
Yeah.
VIP. So get your tickets
Yeah.
at Red Dress. It's going to be a little bittersweet this year because one of our really good friends who went to the Red Dress with us every year, SD, passed away, unfortunately.
Yes.
So it's going to be a little bittersweet, this Red
Yeah.
Dress for us. But I
Yeah.
think going in kind of like a representation for Hit, I don't know.
Yeah, SD is a really like big personality and
Yeah.
fun person, and I know that he would want us to go and have the best time and be as
Yeah.
over the top as
As
we
he
possibly
was, yeah.
could, as he is.
Yeah.
And so,
But yeah, Red Dress,
yeah.
October 1st. Everybody get your tickets.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it was a fun season this season.
Yeah. I think my other favorite episode, which wasn't one with a guest, was the one I came back and spoke about my Diana psychic interview.
Oh.
And we talked a little bit about on the break that how incredibly different my life is now because of that. Like I
wish
did
we
that.
could pan over.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
know.
I'm cutting you off.
But I was going through a very difficult, like, emotional time, and she said that you have to do this one thing and you do it every day and your life will be different. And she specifically said it won't even take months. It might not even be weeks. It might just be days. Your life will be very different. And then I met Caesar like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And my life has been hugely different since then. And
Hugely, I never see him anymore. Thank you, Caesar. Caesar rolls his eyes and love it. But going to that point, Diana, who, God, I hope we could get her on the show
I
for next
know.
season.
I could ask her.
You
Ask
should,
her,
Robbie,
please.
because
Yes.
some of the predictions she gave me has come true.
right.
And, with my job, for one, me personally, the growth I need to do, how she said, get rid of the facade, and things are going to start to change. That has been chipped away, and I'm already seeing change with it. So I don't know. She was incredibly spot on.
Yeah.
She was very impactful for me. I was like sobbing.
I
And
know.
then
Yeah.
She gave me homework. Like she didn't do predictions for me. She was like, "You're not taking care of yourself,
Wow.
like mentally or
Yeah.
psychically." And so she gave me things to do. And she was like, even if I never see you again, like you need to protect your energy. Like you're the type of person that needs this. And I started doing it, and I got much happier. And I have a
Good.
thing that Diana told me, that she was like, other people's rocks. You're always carrying other people's rocks. And so whenever I get really, like, I don't want to say like overly empathetic, or like I feel like I like owe the world something, I say to myself like, other people's rocks. And then Flynn and I now do this like morning ritual that Diana taught me, that Flynn and I now do together, which is like so nice.
What
and
is
it's
it?
like, so Diana's like, you have to protect your power. And the thing that I love about Diana too, not to get too much in a tangent, is that she was like, I don't care what you believe, like I believe in this, but other people, believe in this or that or this or that. And she's like, whatever works for you, but here's what you do. Like, here's how you ground yourself and protect your energy. So Flynn and I, the first thing we do when we wake up is we go outside, and Flynn came up with this part, is she likes to be flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So we go, okay, we're flowers. We're rooted to the ground, and we invite only healing energy in, and we send only healing energy out. And then we open up to the sun, and then we do a little dance that Flynn made up where we just sing, I'm a little flower.
Oh, and then you have granola with organic.
Yes, and then we pick our own avocados.
I do. We plug Diana so much on the
I
show.
know.
So for you guys, if you go back, listen to the episode where and this all started because of Robbie. Robbie was
Yeah.
the first one to go to Diana, the
Yep.
psychic in Michigan.
Yeah.
I will have a link to her website if you guys want to click
think
that.
it's
Would she be okay with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
okay.
will.
I think it's essentialwisdom.com if
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
right.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
is.
I think so.
Okay.
Thank you, Robbie. We'll have it in the link for the show if you guys want to get a reading from Diana. The four of us actually have done it, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
She predicted my friend's pregnancy.
She
too.
did.
My friend
That
didn't
is
think that
true.
she could get pregnant.
Yeah.
She did. She knew it. So
Yeah.
Wow.
she also
Yeah.
gave my friend a message to give to someone else,
Wow.
and it was very impactful.
Yeah.
I won't say it, but yeah.
Brynne, do you have any favorite moments from this season? Because you were on a lot this
Yeah.
season.
I wasn't on this episode, but I loved listening to the Kaylee G episode
Oh, the
because
Born
it's such
Positive.
a story of like
Resilience.
resilience, and
Yeah.
we're born into all sorts of circumstances, and some things are different, and it is a true story about how like you can take your story and rework it and change it,
Yeah.
and help others too
Yeah.
in that process. And that was really cool and inspiring.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I just love all the episodes where we're together.
We're together and we
I sound
talk
like such
shit.
a mom. And I just love all their episodes. It feels like it goes so quickly.
For people who haven't listened to the Kylie G episode, it's called Born Positive, and we had her on, and she was a guest who was born with HIV, and this was at the beginning of the pandemic, or kind of. It was in the early '90s. She was one of the first children put in the study in the Ronald McDonald House in New York to try new medication for children with HIV. She talked about it on the episode and just the stigma that's still attached to HIV. It was a great episode.
Yeah.
There was a lot of tears, a lot
Yeah.
of laughter.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was a very interesting show. One of my favorites was having Courtney back on the show.
Oh,
Corn
yeah.
cakes, strawberry,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Disco was another great one. Our Halloween episode is always one of my favorites. And this year we had Grotesca on,
Yes.
and we had a great time. I'm excited for season 6. I think having the female energy on the show with
Again.
Eric and I, again,
Yeah.
It's gonna
And
be a lot of fun.
and can I say, okay,
Yeah,
so
Robbie.
you've just completed 5
5
seasons.
seasons.
Yeah.
That's huge for a podcast that everybody stuck with it. And I know that there are some listeners that have been listening throughout the years. And one of the things, like this is going back a few years, but going to DragCon really showed me. We had people that showed up at DragCon and made a beeline right to our booth because they have been loyal listeners.
Yeah.
So I think like the Who Invited Her podcast kind of feels like a little family, especially if you've been listening for 5
For a
seasons.
long
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I mean, thanks for listening all this time. And before I came on, I went and looked at our numbers and stuff just because I still do that.
Because he still does. All the time.
But there are listeners around the world, whether people realize it or not. Like we've got like listeners in the obvious, United States, UK, Canada, but I mean, thanks to the listeners in India. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Brazil, there's a lot of listeners down there. Within the United States, we've got listeners in all of the LGBT communities, obviously. But we also have like a huge listener base in Maine. Thank you, Maine. I mean, there's more outreach than we realize that we have.
For
and
sure.
so I think we're all grateful that everybody has stuck with the show all this time.
I know I am, because this was like, I just thought it was gonna just be me and my friends just talking shit and nobody would listen. But like this is a good example of it. Like when Rob and I talked about the breakup on the show, I forget people listen.
Yeah.
And going out into the community and having a stranger go, "Oh, how are you? How are you and Rob doing?" Never seeing them. No, and finding out they listen to the show and you're like, oh shit, they go through all of our personal drama for the last few years. Yeah. But like
Who is Frida?
Oh, Frida from New York, the drag
From
queen.
New York.
Yeah.
She follows me now.
Frida
She
Kulo.
listened to Film Springer, so thank you.
Yeah,
Like,
Frida.
I follow Frida. I
If
follow
you're
you
in New York,
back.
go check out her shows.
Yes,
She's been a
she
big
has-
supporter of our podcast. Yeah.
She has,
Yeah.
and she was also a big supporter.
Natalie
of Film
Lopez
Springer.
too, who always comments on
Let's call 'em
Insta
out.
and on our Facebook. And Dominique, you know who you are. You always message me on Grindr when I miss an episode.
I got photographed this year because one of my click of the weeks was
Yeah.
Gabriel Sotomayor. I loved
that's
his
right.
black and white
Yeah.
photographs, and then was like, I want to photograph you, and I was like, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, all of
So
our
cool.
loyal listeners for all these years. I don't know why you listen. We're a bunch of idiots. We talk about absolutely nothing.
Well,
about
that's
stuff.
not true. I mean, the podcast really does cover a lot. If you,
We
I mean,
try.
look back over the seasons at how many topics we've covered,
A
how many
lot.
guests we've had.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, we did a whole episode on fucking ice cream during the pandemic and meditation. Remember that, Rob?
And one of the biggest episodes is the butthole episode. So
God.
The
so there's that.
whole episode. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've had a lot. But I thought it would be fun to play a little game with you all.
Yay.
Since Rob has been here from the beginning, because I had the idea, Rob helped me get it out, and it was part of our relationship for 4 years, 4.5 years. Let's do a little game, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait, I have theme music for this game. We haven't done this game. Let me find it really quick. Let me
Oh, no.
pull up my notes. Here's the thing.
Get the fuck out of here with that. So put your fucking clothes on.
This? Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I do remember this.
Get the fuck out of here, Rob. Get your money and get the fuck out of here. Let me get the fuck out.
They just sound like little bashes.
Bashes.
Little
That was
angry
the
bashes.
inspiration.
Aw.
Okay, so the way this is going to work is I have picked some of our episode titles over the 5 seasons we've been doing this show. So there's going to be 2 real titles of real shows that we have done and 1 fake.
Okay.
You 3 have to pick which one the fake one is.
Okay.
Are you ready for the first one?
I am
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Here are your 3 choices. Poppers and pegging,
That's real. I know it.
ready. That's real.
donuts and drag,
Oh.
Coke and spit.
Coke and spit.
Coke and spit, I think, is fake.
How did
That's
you guys
spit.
get that?
Because I remember the other 2 episodes.
I know the poppers
too.
and
I
spinning.
started
know
it
that.
really early because poppers and peggers, poppers and pegging in season 1 was one of our biggest episodes.
Yeah.
In the beginning, yeah. it was.
Yeah, remember that? Here, I'm gonna talk amongst yourselves really quick. I need to pull up Spotify
Okay, let's
so
make fun of
I can.
Rob's new accent some more.
I-
I'm having
Is
fun.
it that obvious?
It is.
It
Oh my
is.
God.
It's definitely
'Cause
more
it
apparent.
was specifically when you're like, you want to know how bacon's made?
Nobody wants to know how bacon's made.
No, I'm a vegetarian.
No. I love meat. I don't want to know.
Oh, can I tell you though? When I flew here yesterday, I went to the Flint airport, and you know how you go into the machine and you have to put your arms up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did that, and I came out, and the guy's like, "Oh, hold on." He looked at the screen, and he's like, it wants me to check a spot on you. And I look at the screen, and there's a little yellow box over my butt crack.
What?
What?
Why?
Did you have a popper in there?
No. I wish I did. So
Way to bring it back to the game, Brynne.
So he's like, you need to come over here so I can do an examination. And so I go over there, and he's like, okay, now just relax.
Whoa. Did he buy you dinner before?
No.
Did he take you out for a drink?
He's like, just, and so I'm like, okay, I'm
Take
relaxed.
a deep breath.
And like, there's all these sketchy people walking by. Stand naturally.
What? That machine is homophobic.
That
I'm
machine
like,
is
what
way
could
homophobic.
and then he just like put his hand up, and he's like feeling around
On your
this.
butt?
Yes.
no.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, you're
Wow.
good now. And I'm like, well, the machine did tell him to do it. In all
Were
fairness,
you like
it wasn't.
sweating or clenching or
No,
what?
I'm just like, what the hell did that machine see in my
Insane.
ass? I don't know.
I'm
what that-
so curious.
It
What
was like
saw
right
in your freaking ass.
I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway,
Hi.
continue. Tony.
Okay.
I was like,
Poppers and Pegging was episode 2 of this whole journey.
Wow.
That's
And it was so
wild.
Megan was on the show, and she didn't know what pegging was
What
or
pegging?
poppers. Okay, ready for the next one, you guys?
yes.
Father Ducker. Girl gotta eat. She has not been here before.
Oh.
Father
Thoughts?
Ducker.
Which one is the fakey
I
out
think
of all of that?
she has not been here before.
And I'm gonna go with Father Ducker.
I'm going with Father Ducker.
She has not been here before.
Oh.
Father Ducker was the name of an episode, lady.
I need
Eric's
to
like,
rewatch that. What?
What did we talk?
I have no idea what.
Wait, there we go. Father Ducker was, we told a joke. All I remember from this episode, Leah was on. Do you remember when Leah was on episode in the first season?
Uh-huh.
Our friend Leah.
Yeah.
We were talking about, I forget. It was something with Peaches because fuck the pain away. You know?
Pain
she's
Oh.
gonna- yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I
Everybody go
remember.
back and listen, and then
Yeah.
report back.
Yeah.
To us.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Wait, I'm trying. Why is my thing not working? There we go.
That's sad.
Father Ducker.
Father Ducker. What was
I
that?
know. I don't even remember. I'd have to
Why
look
is
it
your
up.
thing not working?
We
I
have
know.
some
Why
hymns.
isn't it working? That was
We have hymns for that.
Yes.
clip
Hymns.
notes
Go to
of a-
Hymns.
go to
Hymns. Go to
whoinvitedher.com/hymns.
Hymns.
That's
clip note
HIM.
of me and Rob's relationship. Why is that not working?
This is
Anyways,
why I'm single.
ready for the next one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's Prison Hot, the Secret Society of Adultologic, Sexy Fun at the Park.
I know this one.
Go, Eric. What do you think the fake one is?
I don't know what the second one is at all, so I'm
The
gonna go with
Secret
that one.
Society of Adultologists.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so specific that is the real one.
I think it's so specific, and Tony can't pronounce it that it came from an actual.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's the third
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Something in the park.
Mark, that's what I think.
That one. And I remember that because the first one came from Miriam T.
Yes, Miriam T. and her obsession with prison dick.
She
Yeah.
loves prison
Oh,
sex.
yes.
Yeah.
Second one, the Secret Society of Adultologists.
Adultologists.
Identologist.
Do you remember this? We did a live show at the Net here in San Diego at the Natural History Museum with Miriam T. Remember?
Yeah.
And we ran around the museum causing her a lot of
Oh
trouble.
my God, that day it was great because
I would love
we
to
we were
do that.
we were
Yeah.
we were recording live at the museum, but it was all these people that are not used to hearing like the
It
topics
was
we talk
very, very white older people
about. Yes,
with a lot of
and they
money.
all were drinking wine as they walked by our table, and then
As
Miriam
we're talking
Miriam
about
T's out
dick.
there in drag saying, "So, what about dick?"
Oh,
It was great,
that
I
was
want
what,
to do that. That
it
sounds
was a
amazing.
fun episode.
and it was right near the
Funny.
bathrooms, but under a skeleton of a brontosaurus. It was great.
Oh,
That's right, Rob.
That's where I would love to die.
They seated us right next to the toilets. Perfect for our show.
She died next to the toilets underneath a brontosaurus, as she always wished.
That's how it happened. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Opulence, camp, daiquiris. Which one is the
Whoa.
fake one?
I'm gonna say daiquiris.
Okay.
I'm gonna say opulence.
And I'm gonna say camp.
Eric was right.
Daiquiris.
Daiquiris, even though we did a bit about daiquiris on the show, remember?
I feel
It
like
was
we
National Daiquiri Day, and I made us daiquiris. Remember that?
Yes.
Was I not here?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. They were strawberry daiquiris,
Yes.
I believe. Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I
It
had
was,
so
yeah,
many
it was
daiquiris in Hawaii.
Yeah.
All right, ready for the next one? Dungeons and Drag Queens. Oreo, she didn't. She can't sit with us.
I know that one.
I know that one.
Which one?
She can't sit with us.
How did you know?
Because I remember the other two
I remember
episodes.
the
What
other
was
two.
what was Oreo she didn't?
I think that's when I brought the Lady Gaga
Yep.
Oreos.
And we
Koga. I
Oh.
dropped them all off at your house so that
Yes.
we could eat them on Zoom
God, those were
together.
Yes.
Yes,
stupid.
that is so true.
and we tested those. And Dungeons and Drag Queens is our friends in Toronto.
Lex and Sadie.
Sadie,
Yeah.
Lex and Sadie came on, and which we need to have them back on. We miss you guys.
Yeah, I miss you a lot. That was a fun episode with them
So
too.
Yeah.
good.
Because Lex talked about sex working, and then
Yep.
Sadie.
Which I forgot. Now that you bring that
Yeah.
up, the title Dungeons and Drag Queens came from that, and we never really touched on the reason
Dungeons
why
and
it was called
Dragons.
Dungeons and
Yeah,
Drag
because
Queens.
we came up with it after the show came out.
Yes, but
talking with
in
Lex.
the actual episode, we never explained the dungeons part and where that came from. But
Are you going to
it was
explain
from
it
that.
now, Rob?
Now, like, what is it?
Well, he kind of
Rob
did.
just looked at me so shocked that I would ask.
Let's
How
have
is
them
that
back
fair?
on, and then they can discuss.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
Sadie's finishing up her book.
She is writing a book.
Yeah,
That's
about
true.
the history of drag queens.
She flew into San Diego and she interviewed Chad Michaels and like several of the local
Yeah.
drag queens to write a book about
was a
drag
fun
history.
episode.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It is great.
You guys go check out that episode. It was it was a good episode. I forget what season it was. We've been doing this for so long.
It was COVID.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right, ready for the next one?
Okay.
Dragnet, perverted dolphins. Too short for this ride. You all look stunned. Which one is the fakey?
I know which one's not fake.
Which one?
The
I
second
do
one.
too. Yeah, I know
second
that
one.
one's not fake.
What was the one you said?
Something perverted dolphin.
Perverted
That
dolphins.
one. I remember.
I
that
remember
one.
that.
Which
too.
one was that? Was that
That
the-
was because dolphins are sexual and they hump you in the water. I remember talking about that.
I know why we were talking about dolphins.
Megan.
Because no, you and I laugh, and you said that we sound
Sound
like two
like two
dolphins
dolphins,
laughing
that's
together.
Dolphins are so horny.
They're
I
so
forgot
horny.
about that.
So
Eric.
that's one thing you can talk about at parties.
You guys,
So-
So you were saying this earlier, and I didn't want to hop in, but the most embarrassing part of my life, my adult life, is that my friend
Not
was
doing
a-
this podcast. Is it your most embarrassing
I
part?
love this. My friend was a rep at Young's Winery, and she would go sell. And we went to our alma mater, USD, and they were opening up a restaurant there, and she was selling wine.
Yeah.
And I got wasted. And I told everyone this story about how dolphins can rape people. And
They
she's
are
trying
big
to
rapists.
Sell wine, and everyone's looking at me, and it was like a Rob situation where everyone's like looking at me, and they're like, "What do you have to say?" And I was like, "Do you dolphins gonna rape people?" And they were like, "What?"
And they don't care.
Hello.
And they don't care. And then I was like, and then
No, they don't care.
you know, and then like,
Dolphins don't care.
Yeah, and
They're
then I
gonna
was like-
rape whoever. No, we shouldn't joke about that.
No,
like,
we don't
dolphin
joke
rape
about
is
that.
real.
No.
And then I was like, and then sometimes fishermen will fuck them, and then
Oh
their
my God.
whole-
Wait,
What?
wait.
Oh,
Their whole
Hold
yes.
on.
Yeah.
Back
Dugongs.
up a minute.
Yeah.
Dugongs. That's
Yes.
who pirates had sex with dugongs.
Yes.
Dugons.
Yes. Okay, so the mermaids,
Okay, this is happening. This is happening.
Oh my god. We were talking.
dugongs are a thing.
Yeah.
And
What the fuck is a dugong?
like pirates back in the 1700s.
I finished my drink already, so I am in a bad place.
Sadly, I have not. It's still hefty.
And he's like,
Okay. No, but dugongs are kind of like manatees or
Like
whatever, and they
manatees,
swim
yeah.
next to the ships. And hundreds of years ago, they thought they were mermaids, but because they have a female-like vagina, they would have sex with them.
Yeah, but the thing is, their
Whoa.
vagina tightens at the end, so it won't let go. So they will kill them after to get their dick out.
Sounds like a Saturday night to me.
See, Brynne knows.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
It's not, but so this is like something that I said at a dinner party, and then everyone was like, "What?"
You
the
all read some
fuck?
interesting
A
books.
slut and a moron.
I don't want to know which is which. Okay, anyway,
It's
Tony.
not perfectly timed.
Okay, we figured out which title is it's not.
Yeah,
but did
no,
we?
Definitely
It
not
went
two.
wild.
It
I think
is-
it's one.
Dragnet?
Yeah.
No, it's
No,
too
I-
short for this ride.
short for
Okay.
That sounds like an episode about
Gabashi.
Bashi.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I put it in. Okay, ready for the next one?
Okay.
This is really easy. You guys will know.
Okay.
Queef or not to queef? Mayonnaise? Regrets.
Regret.
It's regrets.
Yes, we used to have a segment in our
We
first season
did until
called
we got in
Regrets.
trouble. We got in trouble.
Trouble.
So if people remember back in season 1, we used to have like bands, our favorite band. We used to play music at the end. But then once we started going to YouTube and stuff,
And
we had to
getting
stop all the
popular.
copywritten stuff.
Yeah, we had to stop because we were getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Queef or not to queef? Do you remember that episode?
I do remember the title, but I don't know what we
I
talked
think that was a drag queen. Who now lives in Sacramento.
It was BB Gun.
BB Gun.
Yes,
Yes,
it was BB Gun,
Yes.
which she came on the.
Queef for your beef is her
Yes.
screen
Oh,
name
yeah.
on
Yep.
Instagram.
So Mayonnaise was an episode with
Yes.
Miriam T. Got real mad at me on that one. Do you remember that? We
Yeah.
had like a literally 20-minute conversation about mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Go back and check it.
Because if you haven't noticed, Tony sometimes struggles with pronouncing words.
Don't
And-
make fun of my dyslexia, okay?
Well, it's not dyslexia, but Tony
How
cannot
do
say
you
the
know?
word mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
He says
Yeah.
mayonnaise, which
Male.
obviously lends to comedy in a gay podcast.
Apparently. Are you ready for the next one? We have
Okay.
2 more. Ready?
Yeah.
Who ordered the rap? Chic in the Sheets, Gunkel.
Ooh.
I think Chic in the Sheets.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that because I know the first one.
I know the first one.
Really? It's
Gunkel
Gunkel.
is so not the one we
Yeah.
never.
Huh.
Chic in the Sheets was an actual episode.
Wow. I remember the first one was our 100th episode
Yes,
live
and we
at
did it
Moe's.
live at Moe's, Urban Moe's here in San
Yeah.
Diego.
Yeah.
If you haven't been, go check out Urban Moe's. I don't know why I did that. Are you ready for the last one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut me a slice. Sun's out, buns out, smells like cat piss.
I know that one.
I think I know that
Go,
one.
Eric.
I think it smells like cat piss.
It smells
Brynne?
like cat.
Yeah.
You guys are right. Smells like cat piss was a faker. Cut me a slice. I forget what that was about.
I don't know. I think that was a COVID episode.
It must have
Cut
been.
me
A,
a
oh,
slice.
it was our snack episode, I think.
Snacks.
Suns Out, Buns Out was we had Eric Wilson, one of our friends, out, and we talked about going to Black's Beach and the nudie
Oh,
Korean
yeah.
spas. That was that episode. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That was season 2.
And if I remember right, it was because it was the start of summer, so we were
Yes,
talking about the warm
yes.
weather and everything.
yeah, there we go, down memory lane. That was literally when I was putting that together. There were so many episodes to go through.
Because like I listened to you guys before I came on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you come on the podcast?
I did.
Did I miss that episode? What was that
should
called,
be our
Brynne?
next episode. Everyone comes live.
That name of the episode, everyone comes live.
We have tons of streams,
Our
and
live
everyone's like
episode.
waiting
What?
for it.
We're all just
We're
live
like,
zooming
sorry.
from our bedrooms.
I know.
We
Webcam up.
did used to live stream.
That would
We
be our
did.
only
We have actually live streamed. We tested it out. Oh, and that's what we were going to talk about season 6. We will be live streaming for season 6 back up
Wow.
again.
Yeah.
And Caesar doesn't know this, but he's going to be the one monitoring our comments during the live stream.
Yeah, good luck.
Remember
Yeah.
how you started on the show, Eric?
I did, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guess what? Caesar's in that position now.
Aw.
Hey, if he's showing up on a Saturday, I'm putting him to work.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, Caesar will be probably he's gonna be the one monitoring the comments and letting us know what everybody's saying while you watch us live
That
for season
scares
6.
me.
Oh,
I
no.
know that terrifies me.
Not
Yeah.
you, Caesar, but the comments in
Comments,
general.
yeah.
They're fun. I
Remember the episode we had callers call in and random people across the country that were some of our biggest listeners, by the way.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're gonna bring that back too because we do have a phone number. If you guys want to call and leave us a
I
message,
would love to
people
make
actually
calls.
had Jimmy Sherfy. I'm so sorry, you left us a message. I like totally
What
didn't
was
check
it?
until like months.
oh,
Jimmy Sherfy, for everybody in San Diego, he is like one of the best cosplayers by far.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of the drag. He does Bubbly Brunch. He has been in Dreamgirls. He does so many shows around San Diego. Go check out his Instagram. Some of his looks
Yeah.
are ridiculous.
They're really cool.
Yeah, and he was on season 1 of the show when we had Jimmy on. We got to bring him back.
Yeah.
Jimmy Sherfy's been listening. He's probably he watches this on YouTube,
We
and
should
that's what
call-
his voicemail was like. I don't know if this is the right number, but but he watches this on YouTube.
We should all
Sorry.
cosplay and have him come on and judge our cosplay.
Oh my God, we totally and not tell him who we're
Not tell him
cosplaying
who we're
at.
doing, and then have him come on
he
and
has
judge
to
us.
hold up like cards like 10, 1.
Yes.
You guys are losers. Yes.
Yes.
Good idea.
Critique
Yes.
us. That's a good Jimmy Sherfy. I know
Hit
you're
us
gonna
up
watch
again.
this.
Don't
Get
call
ready
that number.
for season 6.
We'll listen to this time.
But we do have a phone number. It's 619-822-2369 if you want to leave us a voicemail.
And we made sure it had 6-9 in it, just so.
69.
I mean, don't miss that. That was
Pay
important.
extra for that.
But yeah, for
Paid
season
extra
6,
for the 69.
we will be there will be episodes where our audience can call in if they're watching us live. So get ready for that. So since we are going to be wrapping up the episode, I thought it was very fitting for us to end on.
And this was
Carol, for
before
once in your
Karen
life, shut your
became
damn
a
mouth.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was way before Karen became a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But the way Carol started was when Leah, one of our friends, was on our very first season, and we were talking about, that friend that shows up, that always, that friend, Carol.
Yes.
That's how it started. So we're now, for anybody who may just be tuning into the show for the first time, Carol of the Week is your gripe, the one thing that gets under your skin that you just can't stand. Do you have one?
Yeah.
What's your Carol this week?
Yesterday at Knott's Berry Farm, there seemed to be always sets of like families or groups of people who, even though they were literally next to each other, they felt like they had to scream to talk to each other. And so
I love Caesar's going like this.
yeah, and so the specific one was there was a bird on the top of like the log ride, and they kept arguing whether it was animatronic or real, and they were like, look over there, and like scream at each other.
Was Jade Essence out there? Look over there.
And I was like, I might just have to leave this line right now. I cannot handle this screaming.
I
And the
could
loudest, it wasn't even the kids. It was actually the grandmother who was like the most shrill and
She
loud.
couldn't hear herself. That's why. Poor thing.
Yeah.
No,
she was a
thank
young
you.
grandmother too. She was like in her 50s.
Well, if you're going to Knott's Berry Farm,
Yeah.
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 Brynne, do you have a Carol?
So my carol is along the lines of Eric's carol, which is couples that honeymoon at a Disney vacation spot.
Uh-huh.
They're the
So like,
Disney
if
nerds.
you're at fucking Disney Aulani, don't be in your halter top ordering a bucket of champagne and look over at me because my kids are screaming. Like, you're at Disney Aulani,
I
okay?
thought you were going to say a bucket of hot wings.
So these
Yeah.
are couples without kids who go on vacation.
Yeah. Not on a Viking
honeymoon,
cruise.
and not even just like like we're on vacation or whatever, we're just
Yeah.
chilling. Like if you're on your honeymoon and you want to make it special and you're taking selfies in your white peasant dress on the beach, don't be upset because my kid is kicking up sand and seashells next to you. You're on the Disney Aulani beach.
You let him have
Goofy
it,
is next to you.
You let him
All
have
right?
it.
So I don't look over at me like get control of your fucking kid. You go to a sandals resort. All right? Go somewhere 18 plus. I came here specifically so that I could chill and that there would be enough screaming kids so that my screaming kid wouldn't be the loudest screaming kid. Okay? So don't tell me you hear my daughter drowning.
Perfect.
Wow. I just had PTSD of yesterday.
Yes.
Rob, do you have a Carol?
Well, I mean, now that you were talking about
Who?
Well, Eric was talking.
There you go.
I am on a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it
Look,
was just,
she's gone for over a year and she forgets
I
how to
know.
podcast.
I'm on a podcast. It's audio.
Audio medium.
Yeah, but I don't like when people are having a conversation on their phone on speakerphone in a restaurant. I just hate it.
Oh,
Yes.
I hate
I
that.
hate that.
Like it's
Yeah.
like it's so loud and like I don't care. Like turn it
that's
down or just go on. Like I
Yeah.
I don't
That's a
need to hear it.
sociopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw one, she put it in her bra, and then she was grocery shopping, pushing the cart while it was in her bra on speakerphone. Swear to God, I saw it here in San Diego.
Oh, God.
I have actually said to people who are on their speakerphone having a full-on conversation, like while we're waiting at Starbucks for a drink, like nobody cares, nobody wants to hear your conversation.
We don't need to hear
and
that.
And the friend that I was with was like, "Oh God!"
But the thing is like
the
the audio on the speaker is so loud, like you don't need it that
annoying.
loud.
That's
anyway.
also someone that like captions all their pictures #main energy or main character energy. You're not the main character.
You're not. Only
But-
in your
like,
little
yeah.
bit of a story that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
But
No
like
one's
just
heard
in addition to that, like my Carol was also like people, and maybe it's a lot on social media, but it's like they're pushing their opinions so much and they're not listening.
Nope.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to listen to opinions you don't agree with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Everybody
I'm just speaking
has an
from
opinion, and
Yeah, my-
nobody's gonna agree with yours.
Yeah.
So get over it.
Opinions are like assholes. We
Yeah.
all have them, and
Everybody
they all stink.
yes.
Like shit.
and sometimes the machine at the airport will point it out.
Yeah.
Good way to tie it back.
With the yellow box. Yes.
Wait, Tony, you didn't do your Carol.
Yeah, what is your Carol?
This is my Carol. TikTok. Your videos of you doing these stupid recipes that nobody's going to make because they're stupid. You're going to get ground beef and then roll raw pasta in the middle of it and then cover it with like cheese. And it's always done by these skinny white girls. You know who do not eat these recipes. I can't stand those videos. I can't. It's like, let's grab whatever's in our freezer or fridge that nobody's going to bother to eat and throw it into a pot. And it's a recipe that everybody should know. No, it looks like shit and it probably tastes like shit. Obviously, you don't eat it because you're the size of my pinky.
No, they don't. No.
Well, you
But
know,
there is this one account. Sorry, there is this one account of this woman who reviews these videos.
I was gonna mention
and
that
she
one.
goes, "Look, everybody's being creative," and then she rips it apart. She's
I
my
love it.
favorite.
Yeah, because a lot of those TikTok videos are fake, and so
stupid,
they'll
I
like
can't
cut
stand
and then they'll redo it, and then
Yeah.
they'll start again. Like it's not what you think it is.
No, it's not. It's
like a lot of these
stupid.
hacks are not real.
None of
No,
them.
they're
are.
not real hacks.
No.
And I love
No.
when they eat it and they're like, and you can see, you're like,
So
you know that tastes like shit. Stop pretending. You know that your green cake mix with those little Rolo things thrown into it. No, it tastes like shit.
No.
That's my Carol. I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Oh, it bugs me.
Yeah,
I
get it.
agree with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
There's
that.
a lot
Yeah.
of trash on TikTok. But we will be on TikTok for next season, you
Yeah,
guys.
we're
Like,
heavily on TikTok.
Speaking of trash,
We should
Speaking
do
of trash, you guys.
TikTok
we-
gets trashier.
We should do a recipe hack video.
We should.
Yeah, we're just throwing a
Making
bunch
fun
of
of all
shit
that
into
shit.
shit.
But speaking of shit, you guys, this is the end of our episode. We did it.
Season
5
5 and
is
done shit.
done
Wow.
and over and in the can. Literally. Flush it down.
And you guys have fun in Croatia.
Yes.
Yeah, have a
Eric
good
and
time. Be
I
safe.
and Firefighter Steven and Roz from Roz Travels podcast, we're all going to Croatia
She
together.
organized this whole thing, so
Yeah.
I hear she did a great job.
She did a great
She
job.
did, yeah.
You guys
Amazing.
go. Roz Travels. We'll have her link and her business link in the show notes. She was awesome with planning this trip. You
Yeah.
guys need a trip. Go to Roz.
thank
Seriously.
God.
awesome.
I have no idea what I signed up for, but I know I signed up for something.
what's
I
really
love
funny?
that. I think
I
that's
had
great.
I just said yes to everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
90% of stuff I had no idea was happening.
Yeah.
Until Steven told me.
I'm like, we're going on a wine tour? Okay.
we're
I
doing a
love
waterfall
that.
tour? We're on a catamaran?
Okay,
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
But
I
what,
love
what I
that.
do like that she did is she planned all of this for you, but if you want to skip it, you just skip it.
Yeah.
But she's
it's
got it all laid out. I
all
thought
laid
that-
out.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I love that.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing that. We come back, you guys. October 1st will be our show back. Well, we record that day. It'll be out Saturday. Sunday's the 2nd, the 3rd. October 4th is when
I could smell it burning.
I know. The season 4 will premiere on October 4th, you guys. Or season 6. I'm so drunk right now.
Maybe we can get Diana on for spooky season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to read Rob.
What?
Reach out to her. You're in Michigan.
Okay.
See if she
I'll
wants to
ask
come
her.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Robbie, thank you for showing up.
Yeah.
no problem. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here again.
back.
Like
Yeah.
one more time.
One more time.
Back for the last
Oh,
time.
Yeah.
Eric, how do people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Daddy Bear Eric.
Yeah, Daddy Bear Eric. How do people find you, Brynne?
I'm at a real Brynne Math on Instagram.
And you can, Robbie, how do people
Well,
find you?
I'm
Are
on
you
it.
even posting?
No, I haven't posted in years, but it's still on Instagram.
What is it?
RORYC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
is
at
there no
Rory
other-
Co. Yeah.
Rory Co.
Rory
That's it.
Co.
Yeah.
But
There you
okay,
go.
I'm gonna post. I'll post in the next several weeks.
There you go. You can follow me. It's Tony_Baloney_macaroni. You can follow this show on Instagram. We are Who Invited Her _podcast.
Yeah.
We are Who Invited Her SD on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to send us an email at thegang@whoinvitedher.net. We love hearing from everybody. Please go on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star rating and a comment. And if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment about what you liked on the show, what you want to see more of, all of that good stuff. But you guys, that is it for us for season. What season was this? 5.
Yay.
We will see everybody in a couple months. We will have a great time in Croatia, and we probably will be posting while we're there.
Yeah, for sure.
So follow the Instagram account, and that's it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.